Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mass Effect. So it occurred to me late last night, which is actually this morning when I woke up, that I forgot to show you guys the ship. So I'm going to finish up this mission, and when we get back to the ship, I will show you around, because I have to actually do some purchasing as well. I need to see if I can find some scope sights for, well, just some scope enhanced sights, so I can put them onto my assault rifle, so I can use my assault rifle. So this is one of the many issues that I actually do have with the older version of the game. Is one, man, it's insanely grainy, but most importantly, you notice the black shading here. Now, I would assume that that's supposed to be some sort of, because if I remember correctly, when I played it originally, it was supposed to have the shadows for the mountain. Actually, I could check the dynamic. Hang on, let me check the settings. Settings, graphics. I think I have the dynamic shadows turned on, don't I? Dynamic shadows. So let's see what happens when we turn that off. Changes. So you see, no difference. So I don't know if it's something up with the dynamic shadows, but it really only happens here. So I would assume that the Steam version has fixed this problem a long time ago, but I don't have the Steam version. So we're turning dynamic shadows back on. I always turn motion blur off because it is the dumbest thing. It used to be number one on my list of dumbest things that they put in video games. Because in actuality, your eyes adjust for the motion. So, well, not your eyes, but your brain adjusts for the motion. So, I mean, yes, you can shake your head and everything will blur around, but you're not going to be blankly staring off while you're shaking. You're going to be looking in one specific direction. And if your eyes move, let's just say they tend to exaggerate things in video games. But motion blur is no longer at the top of my list for worst things added to a video game. Number one on my list now is lens flare. So the thing is, you can't really explore these areas. I mean, there's clear-cut paths, or at least there would be if, I didn't have this dynamic shading issue. But the paths are pretty clear, straightforward, and laid out. Where are you? There you are. Best to shoot these guys from a distance, but
over there.
You guys are free to do this however you wish. I just don't like damaging my Mako. One more. Good. Yeah, I think I think it's got something to do with the shading, with the shadows, because I think these areas, so like there's supposed to be a shadow here for this little mountain range here, and wherever they decided they were going to put the sun, or the light source, we'll say in this case. Unfortunately, none of these issues will persist into or anything like that, and like I said, I'm pretty sure the Steam version does not have the same problem. It's probably not as nearly as grainy and all that, but I just can't justify paying $20 for a game I already have. Steam, let me insert my code. Because I have a code. I mean, obviously I can't play this game without a code. I don't care if I have to buy the DLCs again. Just let me use it. Yeah, can you tell I've played this game a lot? Two down, and then
this route's a no-go. They have height and cover.
I aim there. Okay. So that's 3. Now for number 4. The best way to deal with him is to get on flat terrain. At least as flat as possible. That is not very flat. I just have to work with it though. Nope. Never hurts to back up just in case. And this thing's actually got like, they did a really good job with hitboxes and all that stuff for you nerds out there who love video games and love the concept behind video games and all that good stuff. And these guys aren't a problem. I mean, yeah, they'll shoot a few rockets at you here and there. But you hear that music? Because, I mean, it's soft and it's faint and it's just enough to creep you out. Like, da, 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 da. Come on. Sorry, my mouse got stuck on the table a skosh bit. So let's see here. Last one at. I know he's around here somewhere. There you are. Alright. Yes, I know there's 2 red dots left, but I'm going to show you guys where they are. Also, it's probably a good idea to get rid of that now, just in case. But, if you hop out, draw your primary weapon, come in here. You have one here.
Negative contact.
So let us attempt, dang it, an override. Take, no wait, no. Take it all, take it all. Whew, almost omni-gelled it. Now that button opens those doors, and there's one on the other side as well. There should be a small weapons cache there, but that's the door that I would need to have gone in order to go this way. Also, you're in a hostile area. Never put your weapon away. Never, ever, ever put your weapon away. Now, I'm lazy, so I'm going to drive the Mako over there. See? Told you. Lazy. There's nobody over here, though. There is, or at least there should be, a weapons cache over here. Or maybe the other side. No, yeah, it's this one. Because one has one, the other one doesn't. And you get a few upgrades, but most importantly, a grenade. Grenades are your friends. Especially when you see what's coming up. No, I'm wrong. Actually, Liara's is like one of the easier missions here. Novaria's not really I mean, it is a boss fight. I mean, a pretty significant boss fight, too. So, I mean, it's understandable that that's going to be a little bit difficult.
Area secured.
Yeah, I mean, Pharaoh's... I mean, I guess technically you can say that there's a boss fight in Pharaoh's. There's nothing in that one. I mean, here, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys just so that way you don't have to waste your time when you play going in here. Yeah, there's nothing in here. See? Nothing. Not even a window, a door, a button, nothing. Yeah. I mean, Pharaoh's is actually a pretty easy one. I mean, the hardest part about Pharaoh's is just, like, in the beginning, like, the sheer number of waves that you have to face. I mean, it's... That's when it's at its hardest. Also, as a general rule of thumb, if I can shoot them, they can shoot me. And vice versa. Oops. So the next time I fight one of those, I'll let one of them things hit me, and I'll show you guys what it does. It really just... I mean, it does a bit of damage. Also, I'll show you guys the repair system, too, so... See how that works. He should be able to pass through there. Yeah. You see, it just kind of messes with your screen. So, if you press R while you're in the, I think it's R. It should be R. Maybe I don't have enough damage, so I'll take a little bit more damage, and I'll show you guys how the repair thing works on here. I mean, for the most part, you can just avoid taking damage and not waste the, Oh, wait. I forgot these guys up here. But this would be a good way to show you guys. If you just avoid taking... You can avoid taking damage fairly easily. Oh, yeah, that's right, because it hasn't... Nothing's gone red yet. So I can't fix anything until it goes red. Hang on. That's right. Because it doesn't work without... And basically, really, all it does is just... It stops the Mako and takes up some of your Omni Gel and repairs it. Now, that 99 is... It will take from, like, the full stack, but that number will drop, and that does not mean that it's used up. So, I've got... Ooh. Right now I've got 522, so it's not going to use up all 522 just repairing the ship. It's only going to use up, I think. You know, now that I think about it, I've never actually checked. This will be a good test. Oh, sorry, force of habit. I'm so used to... so used to just jumping over those things that... I always fight this one from a distance. Like, it's just, as you can see, it's got terrible aim, so it's pretty easy to do. But it does take a few shots in order to take it down. Takes about 5, I think. 5 or 6. So this one would be enough. So, oh dear, Mako's damage. Actually, it's damaged pretty bad too. I mean, I could have blown up there. So, thought it was R. Hang on. Settings, controls. Systems, no. Weapons, no. Powers, no. Orders, no. Vehicles, there we go. Really? It showed that button before. Ugh. I thought it was R because I thought it was the same as the reload button. It's one of them. There it is. I think that was F. It's okay, yeah, it doesn't actually change, but I'll show you guys here. So as you can see, I'm down to 507 from the 522 that I have. So basically that's how much it took in order to repair this thing. And you can't move while it's repairing. I think it's F then. Hold on, let's let that recharge and see if I can repair the shielding system. Okay, that's just gonna slowly go up over time anyway, so that's fine. You don't just have to make sure not to take any damage for a while. Which is easy enough, I think. I mean, in all honesty, there's really no reason why you would lose your shield, why you'd even lose your shields. I mean, even if you don't know where the enemies are at, which, like there, I just kind of forgot. Even if you don't know where they are, like specifically, you can look on your radar and get a general idea of where they're at. So like here, for instance, they're directly ahead of me somewhere. Well, I happen to know that they're down there, but if you just drive to the edge, you'll quickly see them. Oops. Dang, missed. Okay. So we need to aim down a little bit. Here's one. Two. And they can't hit you. Maybe you can just jump off the edge. Woo! It did not like doing that. So yeah, your radar will pick up, I mean, and the radar works even outside of, like, you don't have to have a radar on any of your weapons in order to get that on the vehicle. It's automatically on the vehicle. That one's the clear one. It's Novaria, I think that, well, it's Novaria for sure that I know has one that you can see them from a fairly good distance. Unfortunately, this should be the end of most of my shading issues. I mean, we're getting fairly close to it. And yes, driving like this is insanely difficult. And I'll show you why. Because if I press left, it moves left. If I press right, I move right. Okay, now that's not me moving forward. That's just pressing the A and D, yeah, the A and D keys. Okay? But it works the same if I move forward. So if I move forward and press left, it's sort of like an override. Yeah. I'm not surprised they got rid of it, although that said, I would have settled for them making it a little bit bigger because it doesn't look anything like a tank right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does look pretty much like a tank, but like, I'm still trying to figure out how
Heading to position.
these three guys, 1, 2, and myself, managed to squeeze into that. I mean, we are obviously laying back to front. I mean, we have to be laying head to toe in order to actually fit in there, and I even doubt there's enough room in there to do that, yeah. So that means someone's laying on top of me, and it better damn well be Ashley. Don't get me wrong, Garrus is like my best friend. But I'm sorry, I had to choose. It's gonna be Ashley. She would, because she's a good little soldier. So this ends the vehicle portion. And from here on out, it's all on foot. Which is only fun because... Thank you. Rocky guy is the most important. Yeah, now normally I don't bother with giving my guys orders because as you can see, they do a fairly decent enough job on their own. This game is a little bit more important to keep an eye on them than in later games. In later games, in 2 and 3, oh man. Yeah, you can just bring your squad in. Because, I mean, they have a much better setup. So, in this one, only Commander Shepard has, like, I guess you could say they sort of reversed the way they did things. So in my inventory, I have slots for an assault rifle, a shotgun, a pistol, a sniper rifle, all that stuff, right? Everybody has all those slots. However, as an engineer, all I can use is really the pistol. Like, that's the only thing I have, like, really good access to. Yes. Combat optics. And once you don't have anything that affects accuracy, so we're not going to worry about it. Let's see. No. It's better. It's not perfect, but it's definitely better. Okay. So my problem here is that guy. Followed up by that guy. And that guy. Yeah, like in later games, they switch that around, so like Ashley only can use, like in 3, when you get her back again. I know it's a bit of a spoiler that, you know, she's not in 2, but she is in 2, she's just not a teammate in 2. But then you lose a lot of people as well, so it's not really that big of a deal. But, yeah, Ashley can only use a sniper rifle or an assault rifle. She can't use a pistol, because, like, she doesn't have, you know, that's not her training set. And Garrus is sort of the same way, where he can only use I think his is a pistol and assault, his is the sniper and assault rifle, yeah. But like, Commander Shepard, on the other hand, can use all the weapons, like whichever weapon they want. And that, for me, was awesome, because I prefer the assault rifle, sniper rifle method. Assault rifle for close range, sniper rifle for long range, and you're pretty much covered. Ugh. Gyrations. See, normally I would skip through all of this because I've seen this all before. And that's the little one. I kill you, do. So I should be able to use my hack on him. Just in case, we'll use it on him. Now, that little thing that he shoots at will actually kill me in one hit. I mean, that thing is pretty much insta-death for me. Gotcha. You run around and get your friends. Alright, Garrus, time to get up.
Send me back in.
Okay. Up. It just does so much more damage. I mean, I know it's got a terrible spread on it, but... And of course, force of habit means that I'm holding down the right mouse button. Reminds me of my Defiance videos. Lots of bullets fired, none actually hit. Oh, yeah. God, I waste so much ammo. So, this concludes part 1 of this area. But I'm not done with this video yet, so... let us continue. Love that loading screen. Instantaneous. Well, you're doing a lot of shaking for a soldier running with a pistol. I think I need some more improved sensors. Combat optics.
I think we're good, Shepard.
I'll be the judge of that.
Aside from the Citadel.
So one of the issues that I did have on occasion, I mean, I don't really have it now, but I think it, I don't know, but on Novaria, on occasion I can run around the elevator while it's supposed to be moving. If ever that happens, it's messed up. Like, I have to reload. Like, no question about it. Actually, now that I think about it, hold on, let's go to the settings and let's go to the sounds real quick. So we'll turn the sound effects back up. I turn them down so I can hear the dialogue, but I'm wondering if some of the dialogue isn't falling under the music or sound effects category. No. Why changes? Oops. Yeah, see, like, you can't even hear her, but it's, So let's see here. So we can either do master AI hack or decrypting. Decrypting, obviously. I've got plenty more levels to go, so I'll have time. I really should upgrade the damage on this, as well as the... Also gotta use that shield boost more. The combat exoskeleton. Okay. But the medical exoskeleton, I think, is the one that I want. Yeah, that's the medical exoskeleton. And then... Actually, I could get the combat exoskeleton on top of that as well. Energized plating, shield interface. Gotta say, I love that health regen though. No. See, it's all crap by comparison. So let's see about Ashley. Ooh, yeah. Oops, sorry. So only the soldiers can wear heavy armor. And strangely enough, this one is only just better. Combat exoskeleton, definitely. We'll give you a shield interface. And you've got... Wow. Yeah, sorry about that. It explains why you died so quickly. Shield modulator. We'll give you the medical interface. You'll need it. As far behind as your armor is. So let's see if we can hear her any better.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Are you okay? What happened to you?
Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
How did you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I really do not use that hack enough. That. Mind you, it also doesn't seem to work very well. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's at least one guy off my butt. So, this is the mining thing that I need to get to in order to get in there. But of course,
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
there's naturally going to be stuff here that can be used for other purposes, size. So in other words, there's some crates back here that you guys can be easily looted. And if you're lucky, you might pick up a combat optic. If not, you'll just run out of space. Right. And that's pretty much it. Like, if I remember, yeah, there's nothing else here. So, this little mining laser has a very unique sort of puzzle to it. Fortunately, you can do it as many times as you like. Oops. Wrong button. Fortunately, you can do it as many times as you like. So you basically use the WASD keys. And it's up. No, okay, up, left. Down, up. Left, I believe. Nope, up, left, down, up. Right. No, left. Up. Yeah. The only reason I forget that so easily is because it... I don't know, it's just like, when I see it, my mind just goes blank for some reason.
Oh, how did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Of course. Yes, that makes sense. Please, get me out of here before more Geth arrive. That button over there should shut down this containment field.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on! I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. Think fast, Miss Prothean expert.
The conduit, but I don't know.
Ah, convenient timing.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister!
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
Gonna be close, Skipper.
Also, let me just state for the record, I absolutely love the Krogan. First it was Rex. Now it's this guy.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
So, this is one of those times when I really should use that hack, because, yeah, that Krogan's gonna be a problem. Fortunately, I'm high enough level that... Yeah, the first playthrough, yeah, he is a pain to deal with. And that's being polite. But once you got rid of all of them, it automatically goes into the video, so. That's why. Good thing I'm finished up.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there. And not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours, but among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge. Patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
What cycle? What are you talking about?
The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate, or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
So, you can either send the report to the Council or not. So, this happens, like, there's a whole lot of different things that can happen. If you continuously send reports to them, obviously they're all grateful and not really grateful. They're just jerks. Right? If you don't send any reports to them, when they do finally contact you, because they will contact you on their own, they'll mention that, you know, they do occasionally like to hear from their operatives. And you can also contact them and continuously hang up, and, you know, they'll get annoyed with you. For some of them, I don't send the message. For other ones, I do. So primarily for the Liara one, I don't, because they just want to gripe and complain that I destroy the ruins. And then for all the other ones, I will.
Don't bother.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
So we are finished here. So I will show you guys quickly around the ship. I won't talk to anybody except for the one person that I do need to talk to. And I'll talk to everybody else next time around, because I have got something I need to take care of. So if we come over here, I can now access my footlocker, which has a few bits and bobs in it. There is a codex up here. As well as one in here, which is now my room. And that's the actual manual for the game. It took me forever to find that. I was like, somebody had mentioned that there's a manual for the game inside your quarters. Your Metagel resupply. This is where Liara is going to be at. Like I said, I'll go talk to everybody in the next time around, because I've actually got something I have to take care of real quick. And of course, everybody else is down here, with the exception, of course, of Tally, who is down here. And of course, you have a few codexes down there, but if I remember correctly, the moment you walk down there, it activates a thing with Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
So this is the guy I need to talk
What
to.
have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased. But I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
So basically what he means by a place with a big enough port is Novaria, Pharaohs, and the Citadel. So whenever you go to those three places, each time you go there, the stock will rotate out. Now I have... Okay, so that is the one that I have. But I can buy that from him. Thank you very much. Actually, I should go ahead and buy these for other people. which I will. But yeah, I need to talk to him because this basically opens up the area that I can buy, sell, and trade stuff on a fairly regular basis on the ship without having to go all the way back to the Citadel and all that stuff. However, do note that where I can do this on a regular basis, it's also a much more limited stock than everybody else. So, anyway, that's it, guys. I'm done for the day. We'll take an elevator ride back up, and to that, I'm gonna say sayonara.